was a routine patrol for Sergeant Andy Campbell, just 2 kilometres outside Tully in far north Queensland.
Both doors open and 3 male persons decamped from the vehicle.
Settle down.
One of the male persons, he was arrested. 2 others that had gone off to the right-hand side of the vehicle into really thick, heavy scrub. We could hear them going through the scrub, but it was just pointless going in after them.
What Andy Campbell didn't yet know was that one of the men that bolted was being chased by police across Australia. In terms of Australia's most wanted, where would you rank him?
I rank him as number 1.
Well, what is it that puts Graham Jean Potter on the top of the most wanted list? Potter is wanted in Victoria on 2 conspiracy to murder charges. He's facing federal police charges relating to importation of ecstasy, $440 million worth. Graham Potter has long been known to police. He married his childhood sweetheart, Cherie Jones, in 1982. In 2002, they moved here to Coles Bay on Tasmania's isolated east coast. It's hard to imagine a more tranquil place.
I didn't doubt that they were just a couple of new people coming into the area and wanted to start a new life.
They'd picked an isolated block with a beautiful view, a bargain at $28,000, and began building their dream home.
Graham and I signed a house, drew it up, and we built it.
Graham was very relaxed here. Had a lot of goals and dreams, and as far as the property goes.
Everything went fine until we were finishing off, and Graham took offence at something I said and threatened to punch my head in, so I packed up and went home. One of Graham's favourite sayings was, I'd make a better friend than an enemy. That was one of his favourite sayings.
Then in August 2008, the Potter's dream life came to an end in a dramatic police raid.
A global drug ring busted. 4.4 tonnes of ecstasy hidden in 3,000 tins. Police swooped on homes across Melbourne, South Australia and Tasmania.
Potter was one of those arrested and charged. He was extradited to Victoria, leaving his wife and new life shattered.
Cherie was just devastated. She said, he promised me. And I go, promised you what? He promised me this was our new start. Her whole world had fallen apart.
Graham Potter was in jail in Victoria and now facing serious charges. But ever the optimist, he applied for and made bail in late 2009.
We certainly, as Victoria Police, strongly opposed bail in the Magistrates Court, but the court saw fit to give him bail at that particular occasion.
When he failed to show at the Melbourne Magistrates Court, Potter went straight onto Australia's most wanted list in early 2010.
I would say that he's on the run because of the opportunity that he's going to go to jail for some time.
After skipping bail in Melbourne, Potter made his way to far north Queensland.
I gather he's living down in a caravan park and no one actually knew who he was or anything like that.
This CCTV shows a very bushy and casual Potter in a caravan park store in Tully's Greenway Park. It's the most recent image police have of him. To Tully locals, he was just another blow-through, picking up casual work. He spent a month at a local turf farm with Pete Longworth.
He was a good worker. Yeah, he's a normal bloke. He wasn't loud or anything. Just done his job and it was fine. I had no complaints about him whatsoever. Not going to stand out in the crowd at all, that's for sure.
Well, he's a person that has been able to blend into small communities in particular, as he is a nondescript type of person. He's very genuine when you get to know him, and he'll be friends with people rather easily.
After 7 months on the run, Potter's luck ran out. Almost.
As I was going back into Tully from Alligator's Nest, I observed a male person walking back towards town. At the time he was only wearing a pair of jeans. I did see his face quite clearly. He looked at me and ran into bushland and wasn't seen again.
The last official police sighting of Potter would be of him escaping into the scrub.
He was a man that was very motivated to get away from police. He didn't want to be caught.
After tracing the man's belongings to the caravan park, police joined the dots and discovered it was Potter.
The word went around very quickly. Some people locked their doors basically for the first time in their entire lives.
I copped a heap of flack about him getting away.
It wasn't long before a clean-shaven and bald Potter turned up 130 kilometres northwest, this time in Ravenshoe. As always, he was hoping that a small, sleepy town might provide the perfect cover. Potter spent 4 months here doing odd jobs. Then, just before the police came, he shot through.
Maybe 4 or 5 days after I last sort of served him last time, the detectives turned up here, and yeah, so they were sort of hot on his heels. They knew who they were after and what they were looking for.
This time he travelled to Sydney by train with a female companion.
We believe that he travelled with that woman from Queensland to Sydney.
Then in March this year, police again came frustratingly close. He was now hiding in Tiny Cobram in the Riverina.
Police and sniffer dogs descend on a campsite in the Cottadidda State Forest after a tip-off overnight that it belonged to Graham Potter. A false alarm this time, but every lead is being followed.
Every time we find a location where he is and he's forced to move, allows us to get one step closer to him.
Locals aren't so sure.
I think he'd be a bit smarter than that. He's been able to avoid them for a while now, but they'll catch up with him.
I don't know, he's gone. He's gone, for sure.
Where he's now gone is anyone's guess. What would you say to Graham Potter if he was listening to this interview?
I'd say to Graham Potter, give yourself up. You've got nothing to lose but everything to gain by giving yourself up. At some stage we will catch you and we'll put you before a court of law. So either you directly give yourself up or go to a solicitor and make an approach to us at the Piranha Task Force, but we're keen to negotiate a surrender with you.